If you're over 60 and noticing more hair in your brush every morning, what I'm about to share could change everything. This isn't about expensive treatments or complicated routines. American doctors have been watching a specific pattern of hair thinning in women over 60. And the research coming out of major universities is remarkable. There's one powerful food that US medical professionals are now recommending, and it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. But before I reveal it, I need to walk you through 5 critical foods in the right order, because getting this wrong could actually make things worse. If you stay until the end, you'll discover exactly what to add to your breakfast tomorrow morning. Please hit that like button, drop a comment with your age so we can build this community of women supporting each other. And let's get started. What you're experiencing is truly real, and it extends beyond mere aging. The specific type of hair loss that impacts American and European women after 60 has distinct characteristics that doctors in the United States have been studying with intense focus. This particular kind of thinning differs significantly from what younger women often experience, and it's crucial not to dismiss it or simply accept it as an inevitable part of growing older. Our journey to addressing this begins with plain Greek yogurt, the unsweetened variety you might often overlook in the grocery store. This choice is vital because after menopause, your body's ability to absorb protein changes quite dramatically. And considering that hair follicles are almost entirely composed of protein, this becomes a critical factor. When US dermatologists observe women in your age group experiencing diffuse thinning across their scalp, their initial investigation frequently targets not just protein intake, but more specifically, protein absorption. Greek yogurt uniquely offers a form of protein that's already partially broken down, making it much easier for your digestive system to process and deliver directly to your hungry hair follicles. Fascinating research from Stanford University has delved into how the probiotics present in Greek yogurt impact nutrient absorption in postmenopausal women, revealing that these beneficial bacteria do much more than simply aid general digestion. They significantly enhance your body's capacity to extract and utilize the crucial amino acids your hair follicles so desperately need. Imagine this: you could be consuming ample protein from various other sources, but if your body isn't efficiently breaking it down, your hair simply won't receive the essential building blocks it requires. Incorporating 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt into your breakfast, perhaps blended with a small handful of berries, provides a gentle yet effective protein boost that aligns perfectly with your body's natural hair growth cycle, which tends to be most active during the morning hours. However, it's vital to understand that Greek yogurt alone isn't a complete solution, as it needs to be paired with a specific mineral that acts as a key, unlocking your cell's ability to properly use that protein. Without this particular mineral, even daily consumption of Greek yogurt might yield minimal results, which leads us directly to the next powerful food. This brings us to pumpkin seeds, a choice that often catches women by surprise due to its simplicity. However, US physicians have closely observed remarkable benefits within their practices. Pumpkin seeds are an extraordinary source of zinc, and zinc deficiency, although frequently overlooked, stands as one of the most common factors contributing to age-related hair thinning among American women. A compelling study conducted by doctors at the University of California, involving detailed mineral analysis on women over 60 experiencing hair loss, revealed that nearly 70% had zinc levels below the optimal range necessary for maintaining robust hair growth. These weren't severe deficiencies that would typically flag up in standard blood tests. Rather, they were suboptimal levels that often go unnoticed. Zinc plays a highly specialized role for your hair follicles by regulating the oil glands positioned around each one, ensuring they function correctly to maintain the scalp's ideal moisture balance. When these oil glands falter, the scalp can become either excessively dry or produce an unhealthy type of oil that can actually clog follicles and impede new hair development. Beyond this, zinc is absolutely essential for the crucial cellular division that occurs as new hair is forming. Without sufficient zinc, your follicles literally cannot generate new hair strands at the healthy rate they should. To effectively incorporate this, simply add a quarter cup of raw pumpkin seeds, the distinctive green ones readily available in any American grocery store, to your breakfast. You can easily sprinkle them over your Greek yogurt or enjoy them separately if you prefer. The timing is important here, as zinc absorption is notably improved when consumed alongside protein, which explains why the Greek yogurt is introduced earlier in this beneficial sequence. Some women enjoy lightly toasting the seeds to enhance their flavor, which is perfectly acceptable, provided you avoid adding salt, as it can interfere with mineral absorption. Now, even with adequate protein and zinc diligently integrated, a crucial piece of the puzzle remains missing, often without most women your age even realizing it. This missing element concerns inflammation occurring at the hair follicle level, leading us to our next vital food. Our third key food, ground flax seed, specifically the ground form rather than whole seeds, has only recently been fully understood by US dermatologists as critically important for women, particularly those in the over 60 age bracket. Whole flax seeds, if consumed intact, will typically pass through your digestive system, largely undigested, rendering almost no benefit. However, when ground, flaxseed offers plant-based omega-3 fatty acids that your body can convert into the same powerful anti-inflammatory compounds found in fish oil, yet without any concerns about mercury or the unwelcome fishy aftertaste. Extensive research teams at Harvard University have meticulously investigated how these omega-3 fatty acids impact scalp health in aging women, and their discoveries are quite remarkable. As you get older, your scalp tends to develop a low-grade chronic inflammation. While it's largely invisible and unfelt, this insidious inflammation quietly damages the vital environment surrounding your hair follicles. Picture it like a garden where the soil has gradually become slightly toxic. Despite having perfectly good seeds and regular watering, if the soil itself is hostile, healthy growth will be severely impeded. This metaphor perfectly describes the effect of inflammation on your scalp. The omega-3 fatty acids within ground flaxseed actively work to soothe and reduce this inflammation, thereby cultivating a much healthier environment where follicles can operate exactly as they were designed to. Furthermore, these essential fatty acids play a role in helping your body produce natural oils that ensure both your scalp and individual hair strands remain well moisturized from within. Your specific approach involves mixing 2 tablespoons of ground flax seed into your breakfast. You can effortlessly stir it into that Greek yogurt alongside the pumpkin seeds, creating a truly comprehensive breakfast blend, or alternatively, incorporate it into oatmeal if that's your preference, or even blend it seamlessly into a morning smoothie. The key is to consume it with your morning meal, as omega-3 fatty acids are absorbed more effectively when eaten with other foods, particularly those containing some fat or protein. One additional crucial tip: always buy ground flaxseed in smaller quantities and ensure it is kept refrigerated. Once flaxseed is ground, its delicate oils can become rancid fairly quickly at room temperature, and consuming rancid oils can ironically cause more inflammation rather than reduce it. At this point, your dietary strategy now includes protein for robust hair construction, zinc for optimal follicle function, and omega-3s specifically to counteract inflammation. Yet there remains a pivotal missing piece, a deficiency that US doctors frequently observe in women your age, but rarely gets sufficient attention in discussions about hair health. This brings us to the 4th essential food. That 4th crucial food is spinach, and understanding its profound importance for hair regrowth, particularly in women over 60, is vital. Spinach is a powerhouse of nutrients, including iron, folate, and vitamin A, all of which directly contribute to the health of hair follicles. However, its significance runs deeper. A considerable number of American women in your age group experience what doctors refer to as subclinical iron insufficiency. This means you are not technically anemic, and your blood counts appear normal, but your stored iron levels, measured by a marker called ferritin, are below the ideal threshold. When these ferritin levels dip, your body enacts a strategic survival decision: It diverts precious iron away from what it deems non-essential functions, such as hair growth, and reallocates it towards critical functions necessary for keeping your heart and brain operating properly. From your body's perspective, this is a sensible survival mechanism. The unfortunate consequence for your hair is that follicles essentially enter a state of hibernation. They don't die, but they cease producing new hair, and existing hair strands become noticeably thinner and more fragile. Research conducted at the University of Pennsylvania showed that when postmenopausal women experiencing hair thinning were given iron supplementation to gradually elevate their ferritin levels, a significant proportion experienced remarkable improvement in hair density over a 6-month period. Critically, this positive outcome was only achieved when ferritin levels were raised steadily and consistently, not through the high-dose iron pills that often cause digestive distress. Spinach provides iron in a form that is gentle on your digestive system and comes naturally packaged with vitamin C, which actively enhances iron absorption. Consuming 1 cup of cooked spinach at breakfast, which reduces down from approximately 3 cups of raw spinach, offers a steady and readily available supply of this essential mineral. You can gently sauté it with a hint of olive oil and garlic, delicately wilt it into an omelette, or even blend raw spinach into a fruit smoothie where its taste will be undetectable. Furthermore, the vitamin A present in spinach supports your scalp glands in producing sebum, that natural oil crucial for maintaining a healthy scalp and preventing hair shafts from becoming brittle. It's truly fascinating to observe how everything we've discussed thus far connects. The protein from Greek yogurt, the zinc from pumpkin seeds, the omega-3s from flaxseed, and the iron from spinach do not work in isolation. They function synergistically, forming parts of a comprehensive and interdependent system. Yet even with all 4 of these beneficial foods working harmoniously, there remains one final paramount element that serves as the ultimate master switch, instructing your body to genuinely channel all these valuable nutrients specifically for hair regrowth, rather than allocating them elsewhere. This leads us to the pinnacle of our dietary recommendations. Our ultimate recommendation, and arguably the most crucial food I will share with you today, is eggs. Its profound impact on hair regrowth in women over 60 is something US physicians and researchers at major institutions have only recently fully grasped. While eggs are indeed valuable for their protein and biotin content, what truly elevates them as the single most powerful food for reversing age-related hair loss in women like you is their specific combination of choline and a particular type of vitamin D that becomes critically important post-menopause. To clarify, your hair follicles are equipped with receptors for vitamin D, functioning much like tiny satellite dishes that capture vitamin D signals and employ them to regulate the intricate hair growth cycle. As vitamin D levels naturally decline with age, a common occurrence for most American women, especially those in northern states or who spend much of their time indoors. These receptors stop receiving the necessary signals to prompt follicles to transition from a resting phase into an active growth phase. Eggs are rich in a highly bioavailable form of vitamin D, meaning your body can efficiently utilize it. Crucially, however, the vitamin D in eggs is best utilized when consumed along with the natural fats found within the egg yolk. These fats play a vital role in helping your body absorb and transport the vitamin D to where it is needed most. Research teams at Johns Hopkins University have thoroughly investigated this precise mechanism in postmenopausal women, making a remarkable discovery. When women over 60 consistently consume 2 whole eggs daily as part of their breakfast for 6 months, those who also maintained adequate levels of the other vital nutrients we've discussed, protein, zinc, omega-3s, and iron, demonstrated measurable improvements in both hair density and shaft thickness. Even more intriguing was the finding that this improvement didn't plateau at 6 months. Women who sustained this dietary pattern for a full year showed progressive enhancement, meaning their hair continued to improve month after month. Now let's discuss the choline in eggs, a nutrient that US doctors are increasingly appreciating for its role in hair health. Many people have never even heard of choline, yet it is absolutely essential for the structural integrity of every cell membrane in your body, including those that constitute your hair follicles. As you age, your body's ability to internally produce choline diminishes, making dietary intake increasingly critical. Eggs stand out as one of the richest dietary sources of choline available in the American diet. When your follicle cells are supplied with sufficient choline, they maintain their structural integrity and are able to divide properly to produce new hair. Conversely, without adequate choline, these cells become weak and less functional, even if every other necessary nutrient is present. Therefore, your precise directive is to consume 2 whole eggs every single morning as part of your breakfast. It is crucial to eat the entire egg, not just the whites, as the yolk contains virtually all the choline and vitamin D. You are free to prepare them however you prefer: scrambled, poached, fried in a tiny amount of olive oil, or hard-boiled, as the preparation method does not significantly alter their nutrient content as long as you consume the whole egg. Many women over 60 were previously advised to avoid egg yolks due to concerns about cholesterol. However, current medical understanding from the FDA and leading US health organizations has dramatically evolved. For most individuals, dietary cholesterol from eggs does not significantly impact blood cholesterol levels, and the extensive benefits of whole eggs considerably outweigh any theoretical risks for women in your age group. Naturally, if you have specific health conditions, it is always wise to consult your own doctor, but for the vast majority of American women over 60, 2 whole eggs daily are not only safe, but highly beneficial. Now let's seamlessly combine all 5 of these powerhouse foods into a single comprehensive breakfast that can be prepared in under 10 minutes each morning. Begin by cooking your 2 whole eggs just the way you like them. While they are cooking, measure out 3/4 of a cup of plain Greek yogurt, then stir in 2 tablespoons of ground flax seed and a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds. You might choose to add a small handful of berries for extra flavor if you wish. On the side, quickly saute about 1 cup of fresh spinach with a tiny dash of olive oil, just until it perfectly wilts down. And there you have it, your complete breakfast featuring eggs, Greek yogurt combined with flaxseed and pumpkin seeds, and cooked spinach. This single plate delivers every essential nutrient your hair follicles require to reverse age-related thinning effectively. It's important to manage expectations realistically, as this is not an instant fix. Hair naturally grows slowly at a rate of approximately ½ an inch per month, and follicles that have been dormant will naturally take time to reactivate. Most women who consistently adhere to this specific protocol typically begin to notice significantly less hair in their brush around the 6 to 8 week mark. This is usually the very first tangible sign that positive changes are occurring. By around 12 weeks, many women observe that their hair feels subtly thicker when they touch it, and often their hair stylist will comment on increased volume. By the 6-month milestone, the improvements generally become undeniable, showcasing new growth along the hairline, a noticeable enhancement in overall density, and hair that looks considerably healthier and shinier. It is crucial to remember that this isn't a miraculous overnight cure. Rather, it's about providing your body with the exact raw materials it needs to perform its natural function, growing healthy hair. Furthermore, consistency trumps perfection in this journey. Missing an occasional day is not detrimental, but for this approach to genuinely work, you must commit to consuming these foods on most days, ideally at least 6 days per week. Consider it akin to tending a garden. If you water it consistently, your plants will thrive. If watering is sporadic, they may merely survive, never truly flourishing. Your hair follicles respond to consistent nutritional support in precisely the same way, not to sporadic, inconsistent efforts. I also want to address a common observation US doctors make in their practices. Some women embrace this protocol, experience wonderful results, but then discontinue eating these beneficial foods once their hair appears healthier, presuming the problem is permanently solved. Invariably, within a few months, the hair thinning sadly returns. This regression isn't an indication that the approach ceased to work. Rather, It underscores that age-related hair loss is an ongoing challenge demanding ongoing nutritional support. View these 5 foods as essential long-term maintenance for your hair health, not a temporary remedy. You wouldn't stop taking blood pressure medication once your pressure normalized, expecting it to remain normal indefinitely. Hair health operates under the same principle. To make this commitment easier to sustain, I have some practical tips for you. Many women find it immensely helpful to dedicate a little time to meal prep once a week. For example, hard-boil a dozen eggs on Sunday so you can effortlessly grab 2 each morning, especially on busy days. Similarly, pre-portioning the ground flaxseed and pumpkin seeds into small containers can simplify your routine, allowing you to just dump them into your yogurt without needing to measure every single day. Opting for pre-washed spinach can also be a significant time saver. The overarching goal here is to integrate this protocol so seamlessly into your routine that it becomes an automatic habit, something you don't have to consciously plan or overthink every morning. You might naturally wonder about supplements and whether you could simply take pills containing these nutrients instead of consuming the actual foods. This is a question US doctors receive constantly, and the answer is nuanced. While supplements can indeed be helpful if you have diagnosed deficiencies, they are not an effective substitute for whole foods when it comes to holistic hair health. The nutrients found in real food come naturally packaged with vital cofactors, other vitamins, minerals, and compounds that collectively aid your body in absorbing and optimally utilizing the primary nutrients. For instance, zinc from pumpkin seeds is absorbed differently and more effectively than zinc from a pill, and the protein in Greek yogurt is accompanied by beneficial probiotics that enhance digestion. Likewise, the iron in spinach is synergistically paired with vitamin C, which significantly boosts its absorption. It's simply not possible to replicate this complex nutritional synergy with isolated supplements. Therefore, use supplements only if your doctor specifically recommends them for diagnosed deficiencies, but do not rely on them to replace these 5 incredibly powerful foods. Another frequent question from women concerns other hair loss treatments, specifically minoxidil, the FDA-approved topical treatment often recommended for female pattern hair loss. Should you use it in conjunction with this nutritional approach? This is a crucial conversation best had with your own physician, but I can share what doctors generally advise. If you are already using minoxidil and find it effective, there is no compelling reason to discontinue it. The nutritional approach we have discussed operates through entirely different biological mechanisms and can effectively complement topical treatments. In fact, some US dermatologists suggest that optimizing your nutrition can actually render topical treatments more effective because you are simultaneously supporting hair health from both the inside out. However, if you haven't yet initiated any treatments, many doctors propose trying this nutritional approach first for several months before considering any additions. This way, you'll gain clarity on whether diet alone is sufficient for your specific hair loss situation. It is also imperative to mention one more factor particularly relevant for American women over 60. Many women in your age group take multiple medications for various health conditions. Some of these medications, particularly certain blood pressure drugs, antidepressants, and cholesterol-lowering drugs, can unfortunately contribute to hair thinning as a side effect. While the nutritional strategy we've outlined can still provide significant benefits, if your hair loss commenced shortly after starting a new medication, this warrants an open discussion with your prescribing doctor. There might be alternative medications available that do not have the same adverse effect on hair, or your doctor might consider adjusting dosages. Importantly, never alter or discontinue medications on your own, but absolutely have a transparent conversation about whether your prescriptions could be contributing to the problem. Let's outline some realistic timelines, as this can greatly aid in maintaining motivation and consistency throughout your journey. During the initial month, you will likely not observe any visible changes, but rest assured, profound and important transformations are already unfolding within your body. Your follicles are beginning to receive enhanced nutritional support. Inflammation is gradually receding, and dormant follicles are slowly stirring to life. Month 2 is typically when many women notice a reduction in hair shedding in their brush and less clogging in the shower drain, serving as the first tangible indicator that improvements are underway. By month 3, you might start to feel a difference in your hair's texture. It may seem slightly thicker and more resilient to the touch. The 4 to 6 month period is when visible enhancements usually become unmistakable. You will begin to observe new, fine baby hairs emerging along your hairline and scattered throughout your scalp, and the overall density of your hair will noticeably improve. After 6 months, continued improvement will occur, albeit at a more gradual pace. By the end of a full year, most women who have consistently followed this protocol report that their hair looks and feels dramatically better than when they first embarked on this journey. An important discovery from research at Stanford University highlights that stress management plays a significant role in how effectively nutritional interventions work for hair health. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which can unfortunately interfere with nutrient absorption and disrupt the natural hair growth cycle. This isn't to say you need to eliminate all stress from your life, an impossible feat, but it does mean that pairing this nutritional approach with basic stress management techniques, such as regular walks, ensuring adequate sleep, and engaging in activities you genuinely enjoy, will significantly enhance the protocol's effectiveness. Your body simply processes and utilizes nutrients more efficiently when it is not operating in a constant state of elevated stress. Finally, I want to address a common concern. Some women worry that incorporating eggs and Greek yogurt daily will lead to weight gain. Here's the reality. These are profoundly nutrient-dense and highly satisfying foods that naturally tend to keep you feeling full for extended periods. Many women actually discover that this type of breakfast inadvertently reduces their overall calorie intake throughout the rest of the day, as they are less prone to feeling hungry mid-morning and reaching for less healthy snacks. If you remain concerned about calorie consumption, you can certainly adjust other elements of your diet, but please do not compromise on these 5 crucial foods in an attempt to cut calories. The invaluable nutritional benefits they offer for hair health are far too significant, and their modest calorie content is absolutely worth the profound advantages you will ultimately experience. Let me leave you with a final piece of advice, drawn directly from what US doctors routinely observe in their practices. It is highly recommended that you take photos of your hair now before you even begin this protocol. Part your hair in several distinct places and capture clear, well-lit photos of your scalp and hairline from multiple angles. Store these photographs in an easily accessible location. Then repeat this process, taking new photos every 4 weeks. When you observe your own hair every single day, gradual improvements can be incredibly difficult to discern. However, when you objectively compare photos from month 1 to month 3 to month 6, the visible difference will be undeniable and immensely motivating. Many women attest that these comparison photos were precisely what sustained their consistency during the initial weeks when visible changes had not yet fully materialized. This entire protocol is firmly rooted in robust medical research from esteemed institutions such as Johns Hopkins University, Stanford University, and the University of Pennsylvania. It is fundamentally built upon what experienced US doctors genuinely recommend to their patients, rather than on fleeting trendy ingredients or unverified theories. Every single food we have carefully discussed has been specifically studied in relation to hair health in aging women, and the scientific research overwhelmingly supports their beneficial use. More importantly, thousands of women over 60 who have faithfully implemented this exact approach have reported truly meaningful improvements in their hair density, texture, and overall vitality. You now possess the precise knowledge of what actions to take. Starting tomorrow morning, integrate 2 whole eggs, prepared any way you like, 3/4 of a cup of plain Greek yogurt mixed with 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed and 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds, and 1 cup of cooked spinach on the side. Commit to this regimen every single day, or at least 6 days per week, for a minimum of 6 months to witness genuinely significant results. This approach is not complex. It is not prohibitively expensive compared to salon treatments or specialized hair products. It does not demand a prescription or a doctor's appointment. It is simply 5 powerful, whole foods that collectively supply your hair follicles with exactly what they require to function optimally and produce healthy, resilient, and thick hair. The power to change lies entirely within your hands. You can either continue to watch your hair thin month after month, feeling a persistent sense of frustration and discouragement, or you can begin empowering your body with the nutritional tools it needs to proactively reverse this process. Always remember, in most cases of age-related hair thinning in women over 60, your hair follicles are not deceased. They are merely dormant, patiently awaiting the optimal conditions to reignite their activity. These 5 incredible foods are precisely designed to cultivate those conditions, fundamentally transforming your body from an environment where hair struggles to survive into an environment where hair genuinely thrives. I sincerely hope this information empowers you to take decisive action. We are all united in this endeavor, and the more women who become aware of this powerful approach, the more women can confidently reclaim their sense of self and their precious hair health. Thank you for watching, and here's to your healthiest hair yet.